Hey guys, welcome to SequenceCheck. In this video, we're diving into Sometimes I Think About Dying, a movie you shouldn't underestimate it because it tackles some deep stuff. So, have you ever thought about dying? Sometimes I Think About Dying is a 2023 American romantic drama directed by Rachel Lambert, written by Kevin Armento, Stephanie Abel Horowitz, and Katie Wright Mead. There was also a short film in 2019 directed and written by Horowitz. You can find the link in the description or that pop-up banner above. The movie stars Daisy Ridley, Dave Merhage, Purvesh China, Marcia DeBonis, Meg Stalter, Brittany O'Grady, and Brie Elrod. It's about a super introverted girl named Fran who's dealing with loneliness, depression, and a bit of social anxiety. She lives in this quiet, small harbor town, and her life is basically just going to work and heading home. She doesn't even talk to her coworkers. Even though she says she likes her job, she's emotionally disconnected and socially isolated. And, as the movie title hints, she often imagines death in her daydreams. Clearly, she's fed up with her situation, which is why she reaches out to her new coworker, Robert, and opens up about her struggles. The vibe of Sometimes I Think About Dying is kind of surreal. You barely see anyone using their phone in the movie. There's no mention of a busy life, and the pace is slow and dramatic, which matches Fran's character perfectly. Although I did have to fast forward the movie a bit some parts. The camera work mostly focuses on Fran's empty and cold reactions. The cinematography really captures her loneliness and the distance she's put between herself and the world. It's like she's a stranger to everyone and doesn't even try to change it. The people in the office are just normal. They're friendly, two-faced, opportunistic, shallow, and maybe a bit food-obsessed. The movie seems to say this is what normal society looks like, showing up to work, chatting with coworkers, telling stories, and lying to each other for no real reason. And the work? Who knows what they actually do? It's just work. Maybe the movie is trying to show human instincts like sleeping, working, eating, and drinking. But Fran? She's not really into this kind of life. She doesn't eat or drink much, doesn't lie, and she's brutally honest, even if it doesn't please Robert. Like her opinion on a movie or refusing to use an umbrella in the rain.
I don't use an umbrella.
In her dreams, there's no place for life, just death over and over again. And always in silence and solitude. The empty streets make her loneliness even more intense. Daisy Ridley nailed her role, showing all her emotions through her eyes and gestures. I really dig the movie's mise en scene. The setting was spot on. But there are some flaws with Sometimes I Think About Dying. One thing a lot of critics mentioned is how they portrayed the idea of death in her dreams. It could have been done better. And then there's the question of how someone like Fran suddenly decides to get close to Robert. The story needed to explore that more and build their connection better. It's not just that. Such girl agrees to go to the movies way too quickly. It felt a bit unnatural, like the story skipped over something important. When she found out about her retired coworker Carol's lost dreams, I was waiting for something new to happen in the story, but instead, Fran had already decided to bring donuts to work. And when she handed out those donuts in the office, nothing about her behavior had changed. Although I was kind of surprised by how few donuts there were in that tiny box for all those people. And about the 3-to-2 aspect ratio, it's not that common these days, and honestly, it didn't feel that great. Overall, Fran's character is so well drawn that it's hard to think of her as just a fictional character. Her lonely moments remind us of the painful realities of how modern life has left so many people feeling disconnected. This movie is like a well-crafted essay showing how challenging it is to make connections these days. So, what do you think? Are we all trapped in our little bubbles, or can we still find ways to connect? I found this movie pretty relatable, and at times, I could totally put myself in Fran's shoes. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. If you've seen it, drop your thoughts in the comments section below.